What the Halliburton? Welcome back to Athletic Avengers, where we break down the wildest moments in sports with stats, sass, and a whole lot of spice. Game 1 of the 2025 NBA Finals just went down, and Tyrese Halliburton turned the Paycom Center into his personal playground, snatching victory from the jaws of defeat against the Oklahoma City Thunder. The Pacers were down, out, and counted for dead. But then, boom! Halliburton said, "Not today, OKC. Let's roast the Thunder for choking this one away, dive into the analytics, and bowed down to Tyrese Clutch Gene. Buckle up, Avengers. This one's a banger. Oh, Oklahoma City Thunder, you had one job. You're the top seed, 68 wins, the best defense in the league, and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, the freaking MVP. You had the Pacers on the ropes, up by 15 in the fourth quarter, and you still blew it. Y'all were out there moving like you forgot how to play basketball. Lou Dort, we love your defense, but you got pickpocketed by Halliburton like he was stealing your lunch money. And Shai, my guy, you missed a mid-range jumper at the worst possible moment. That's not MVP behavior, that's most vulnerable in the paint. OKC, you built a fortress all season, but last night you left the gates wide open for Tyrese to waltz in and steal home court. Thunder, more like blunder. Take a seat. OKC, you just got posterized by Indy's finest. Alright, let's get nerdy with the numbers because this game was a statistical roller coaster. The Pacers pulled off a miracle, winning Game 1 on the road in OKC, thanks to Tyrese Halliburton's game-winning jumper with just 0.3 seconds left. Final score, Pacers 112, Thunder 110. Let's break it down. Pace and transition battle. The Pacers thrive on speed, ranking third in playoff possessions in transition at 18.1% and first in points per possession in transition at 1.32 per synergy tracking. Halliburton led the league in pass-ahead passes 8.9 per game in the playoffs, and it showed. Indiana turned OKC's turnovers into 14 fast break points, exploiting the Thunder's usually elite transition defense, which allowed just 11% of opponent possessions to start in transition this postseason. OKC's defense, ranked first in the regular season with a 106.6 defensive efficiency, looked mortal, especially in the fourth quarter where Indy scored 34 points to erase a 15-point deficit. Turnover troubles. OKC's calling card is forcing turnovers. They led the league with 16.9% opponent turnover rate in the regular season and 17.7% in the playoffs. They forced 19 turnovers from Indy in the first half alone, but here's the kicker. The Pacers cleaned it up, committing just 2 turnovers in the third quarter, which sparked their comeback. OKC scored only 4 points off those first half turnovers, a massive missed opportunity for a team that's 43-4 when they get 10-plus steals. The Pacers shot 40.1% from 3 in the playoffs, best in the league, and while they struggled early 6 and 18 from deep in the first half, they hit clutch triples late, including Halliburton's dagger. OKC, meanwhile, shot a measly 42.3% from the field in the first quarter despite forcing 9 turnovers, failing to capitalize on their defensive pressure. SGA dropped 33 points, but his 5 and 11 in the first quarter cooled off, and that missed mid-range shot late was a killer. Lou Dort had 2 steals, but got burned on Halliburton's game winner. For Indy, Pascal Siakam chipped in 18 points and 6 rebounds, while TJ McConnell led with 9 points off the bench early. But this was Halliburton's show. The Thunder's defense, with all defensive studs like Dort and Jalen Williams, was supposed to suffocate Indy's high-octane offense, which ranks second in playoff offensive efficiency at 117.7 points per 100 possessions. But the Pacers' ball movement, 364 passes, begins passes per 24 minutes, first in assist percentage, 66.0%, kept OKC scrambling. Indiana's ability to stay composed under pressure was the difference. Let's talk about Tyrese Halliburton, the clutch king of Indy. This dude is colder than a polar bear's toenails in the biggest moments. Down by 1 with 22.5 seconds left, the Pacers were staring at defeat. OKC had all the momentum, but Halliburton said, "Hold my playmaking manual." He pulls up for a long mid-range jumper with 0.3 seconds left. Bang! Game over. Halliburton finished with 14 points, 10 rebounds, and 6 assists, but the stat line doesn't tell the story. This guy has been dropping clutch shots all postseason. Remember his game-tying triple in Game 1 of the East Finals? Halliburton's playoff resume is ridiculous. He's averaging 18.8 points, 9.8 assists, and 5.7 rebounds with a historic 32-15-12-0 turnover game against the Knicks. His 8.9 pass-ahead passes per game keep defenses guessing, and his ability to stay turnover averse below 2 per game against OKC's swarming defensive featuring Dort, Caruso, and Cason Wallace is unreal. The Thunder threw everything at him, but Therese kept his cool, orchestrated the comeback, and delivered the dagger. This man's built for the moment, and nothing's been overrated about his big moments so far in these playoffs. The Thunder got exposed in Game 1, and it's because they underestimated the Pacers' heart. OKC's defense is a monster, but they got cocky, thinking they could coast on that 15-point lead. Meanwhile, the Pacers play like they've got nothing to lose. Pure chaos, pure heart. I'm not saying Indy's gonna sweep, but if OKC doesn't tighten up, Indy might turn this series into his personal highlight reel. The Thunder need to wake up because the Pacers are playing like they're in a Hollywood underdog movie, and HALIBURTON'S the star. Who's winning Game 2? Drop your predictions in the comments. And let's see if OKC can bounce back or if Indy's gonna keep shocking the world. Smash that like button if you're hyped for this series. Subscribe to Athletic Avengers for more breakdowns, roasts, and spicy takes, and hit the bell so you don't miss our Game 2 recap. Peace out.